Lecto, Lecture Capture Tool. It was developed at the University of Zagreb, Faculty of Electrical Engineering and Computing, at the Department for Electronic Systems and Signal Processing. The reasons why we developed additional tool for lecture captures is because we believe that lecture captures can be a valuable learning tool if they are recorded, supplemented with additional content, and presented in such a way that they are congruent with learning theories, which means the ways humans learn. Lecture captures should also compensate for some live lectures' intrinsic deficiencies, because live lectures are not perfect. Their deficiencies are coming from time constraints, which means that parts of the lecture cannot be repeated as many times as students would need. Students cannot ask all questions they would like, and they cannot be answered. There's no time for sufficient exercises, assignments, and for the discussion. Lectures are also synchronous in nature, which means that students have to be present at the lecture, even if they are not completely and fully capable at that moment. And there are also differences among students' prerequisite knowledge, which we try to compensate. We try to make prerequisites, but they are not never to the full extent. The result of these deficiencies is that students don't use their learning capacity to its fullest. There are knowledge gaps, which prevent students from understanding new knowledge. Concentration is not full, and interactivity, which is the best part of lectures, is not fully used. We also believe that such lecture captures, which are rich and compensating for live lecture deficiencies, can be produced in fully automated fashion. We speak about rich lecture captures. Rich lecture captures, besides video of the lecture and desktop, have additional windows with additional content, which is all important for students' comprehension. First of all, besides recording the lecture in order to realize what's going on in the classroom, the most important part is to record the desktop. Desktop is everything that is presented on the screen for the audience, not only the PowerPoint or PDF or LaTeX or whatever, but also other types of content, spreadsheets, statistics, websites, videos, pictures, and also applications. It is important that they are recorded simultaneously and played back synchronously. Lecto supports unlimited number of video streams, so in addition to these two, you can record something like a close-up of experiments or the audience or something else. The first part of a rich lecture capture is lectures notes. A full text, simple unformatted text, which is actually giving the presentation in a broader or more detailed way, more than the lecture has time to present live. We don't present all content, all text for the whole lecture, but just the part that is related to the current speaking of the lecture. For that purpose, the whole lecture is divided in chapters, basically slide by slide in PowerPoint terminology, and text is presented slide by slide accordingly. In addition to that, there is a window presenting links. Those links actually link to prerequisite knowledge. They offer broader or more detailed information about what lecture is talking, also examples, cases, and other material that helps to comprehend. So the student can stop lecture, go to various links, fulfill their needs, and come back to the lecture. Next, we provide a window where any type of HTML content can be presented, like exercises, assignments, experiments, forum with discussion, various visualization, simulation things. Actually, any application can run in this window at the command of a student. They should help in transferring the knowledge from working memory to a long-term memory. Finally, for each chapter, for each slide, it is necessary to verify whether the student has fully comprehended what has been presented, and therefore questions need to be asked. So we provide a window with a quiz with an unlimited number of questions and offered answers, which help in a very simple way students to understand whether they comprehend what's been presented. In addition to additional content, the navigation system is also very important. Students need to be able to stop, go back, go forward, or to specific content. They need to do so in a very quick and simple way without being distracted from learning. So we provide three basic ways. One is chapters, random access to chapters. So each slide in PowerPoint terminology, its name is presented here, and if student clicks on it, everything will be synchronously updated in all windows. Second, students can continuously adjust where they are by using the slider, a word or a sentence before or later. And finally, all content from all windows is automatically indexed, and students can open the index, use the keyword, and jump to that part of the lecture. The keywords are presented contextually, which means that several words before and after the keyword in the context are presented so that it's easier to pick up where, in which context the word was used and where to jump. Each type of content is presented in a separate window, and each content is also stored in a separate file. Files, besides textual files, except the videos, are presented internally as XML files, and the content is divided in chunks, in separate units, which correspond to chapters of the video. They're all fully mutually synchronized during the playback. The nice feature of Lecto is that each of these files can be saved or published on a different place, on a different server on the network, or locally on a disk. So you can put your content or part of the content to be publicly available to just anybody, and part of the content to be visible only to those who have password to access it. While learning, users can make annotations. Students often speak of using other students' notes and their own notes as a very important material for learning. So students can make notes while learning with Lecto and use them later. They can use them from their local file. They can share it with other students by sending them this file by email, or they can publish it on the web. And everybody can include somebody's notes. Based on this concept, we also allow them to actually edit, change, modify, or create completely new additional content of any other type, like quiz, like links, like HTML content, whatever and somebody pleases, he can do. He can design completely new content or take the existing, modify it, and then store them locally in files. Again, this file can be sent by email or uploaded to just anybody. How this content is initially produced. All additional supplemental content can be included in a PowerPoint file. So basically, the author of the lecture uses simple PowerPoint and puts links, quizzes, frequently asked questions, HTML content. They put it in the PowerPoint file, and this will be automatically extracted later. No additional tool for editing. Lecto Recorder, a separate application that can be downloaded from the site, that records desktop and unlimited number of cameras. There is also a PowerPoint plugin which will export all the additional content in separate files, and also during the playback, during the presentation, the live lecture, it will record slide transition times and the titles of the slides, and they will be put in a separate file that is used later for generate chapter index. Everything is generated automatically, so basically lecture needs to start recording, stop recording, and ask PowerPoint plugin to export all the data in separate files. These files then can be just uploaded somewhere. It's very straightforward to create content and very straightforward to record and publish a lecture intended to require no technical knowledge whatsoever and no other tools than the desktop Lecto Recorder and PowerPoint plugin. We believe that advantages of Lecto is that it fosters learning by providing additional learning content and advanced navigation to students. This additional content enables learners to better learn, resolve all gaps and unknown parts of the new knowledge, and to foster a transfer of the knowledge by exercising, discussing, etc. Lecto also enables learners, not only lecturers, learners, to create or modify any type of additional content after the lecture capture and share it with with anyone they want. In addition, we have the third role. Besides lecturer and learner, we have someone we can call editor, who is able to combine additional content and recombine it into completely new learning experiences. So someone can use video, someone can use texts, links, applications, quizzes, facts from various authors and create new type of a textbook used for a specific audience and specific purpose. Lecto is free to use at lecto.org, and every feedback is welcome and appreciated.